Thank you, McBeardsly. I'm not feeling very well. There we go. Test, 1, 2. Let's try this all one more time. After much ado about nothing. I had an 8-minute conversation that nobody's gonna hear because I thought I hit the live button again and I didn't. This time it's because my head is killing me. The pressure's up and I don't know. I definitely. Oof. It's been a long morning, and it hasn't been morning for me for very long. Man, okay. So, welcome to Peace of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. That's Sir McBeardsly. He's my companion and friend, and the guy who definitely gets me back on my P's and Q's. Because I need that. I need somebody else who's like, hey, what's going on? So, definitely, if I'm not on, and I set up one, and there's something's up, and somebody needs to like nudge me or something, because like I've messed up. I promise you, it was me. Yeah, we're gonna get it all back. We're gonna get it all back to snuff. Anyway, part of the conversation I was having with myself was good stuff. We'll review. So anyway, we're gonna pull up. I'm gonna pick up different colors today. This is a sienna, which is raw sienna. And we're just gonna pick up the brocade on this belt with this color. So anyway, yeah, I've been having trouble with my allergies and this throat thing. So we had a couple different comments yesterday. It was really cool. We put out the librarian short, and it has been our most views ever. I think it finally broke 500 sometime today, this morning, I think. So that's really cool news for the channel. For those of you that are following it. Just trying to pick up the edges of those brocades. It's very gentle. Just kind of trying to kiss it. It's, oh, you can't even see it. What am I doing? Golly, I am all over the place today, guys. There we go. Yeah. It had the best 24-hour. It had the best 24-hour run of any video so far. I think Radagon is the highest right now, but that's right. The Radigan's up to like it's like 700 or 800 in it. It's pretty high. It's getting pretty high. I was forget about that guy. We've done so many other cooler pieces since then that he seems like a distant memory. But yeah, best 24 hours of a video is so far. You may have beaten that Radigan video. I gotta look again. Yep, we picked up 3 more subscribers off of that with that same short video we're talking about. We got 3 new subscribers from that. It drove up comments. It ended up with like 5 comments on a short. I don't know that we've had very many comments on shorts before. It's so strange though, because like I had released the Dreadnought video the day before at almost the exact time of night, and it just didn't take off as much as that librarian did, even though it's technically the more impressive piece out of the 2 Warhammer pieces. Might be the keywording. I think I keyworded the librarian Space Marine on one of the tags. That may have been what it was, since that game is out. But yeah. And this color is, again, this is a raw sienna. Like I said, you have your 2 main browns, and then you start kind of going to yellow brown. Well, yeah, okay, so, and then these 2 main browns, the sienna and umber, those are also can be burnt, which means they like baked it. YouTube give it and take it the way as it pleases. That's real. That's one of the things you want to kind of pair, since it's all types of brown. We kind of really want to make sure we're varying up what we're doing here. We don't have a whole lot of options for color breaking. She does have a big cloak, which is nice. So we might be able to do something on her cloak that'll be fun. And she's going to have a bunch of fire on her, so we'll have some bright points to look at. But as far as color variations go, she doesn't have a lot of color variation. I'm hoping I can get my 3D printer fixed to where it will print off this bigger piece, because her cloak is huge. Like, it's going to take up the whole build plate. So is the base. So I gotta get that fixed. It's still doing this weird striation, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I can't find examples of it anywhere else where it's doing this in any of the troubleshooting videos I watch or any of the troubleshooting stuff I read. So I'm like, I can't possibly have found a new problem that nobody's ever had. So maybe it's a critical failure, and that's why there's no troubleshooting videos for it. Oh, I'm telling you, this throat thing is crazy. It feels like it feels like I'm constantly trying to either swallow or cough something up, but I can't. Like you can't. It's like you feel like you got something in your throat, like you're trying to swallow it, but you can't really swallow it, or you're trying to like, like kind of cough it up a little bit, and you can't. It just stays there. It's pretty terrifying, honestly. Between that and the randomly feeling like I'm gonna black out. At least it's now where I feel like I'm gonna black out. I'm not actually blacking out all the way anymore. Like I feel like I'm doing it, and then I'll pull myself together, stare and kind of focus on staying in where I'm at. I don't know. Maybe it's my heart. Maybe I'm gonna die. I don't know. I think, well, I mean, we all are gonna die. Hopefully it's not too soon. Hopefully I'm okay. I get up and start trying to move around more. If it is my heart, I feel like moving is the best solution. Try to exercise more. Stop eating fatty foods. I got a problem with fatty foods. I really got that one I should just do anyway, regardless of whether I'm just stop eating this shit. It's not good for you. Not good for you. But it tastes so good. We did switch over to an air fryer though, which that's been nice. I've actually enjoyed it. It's kind of a neat piece of technology. I'm bringing just a little bit of that raw umber back in here in some places. Mostly just these really dominant holes and crevices I know that are supposed to be there. Some of that wash didn't quite take like we wanted to. Okay. Got these cords, this rope. Let's take a look at the picture again. Consult the picture. Felt like I had popcorn kernel in my throat for a few days now. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's like the allergy feeling. Like that's more like from dust and crap like that. People feel that all the time, right? And it comes and goes. And and usually that's what it was. And then like ever since I've gotten this throat condition, like there's like it's like that, but it's like worse. So like instead of it being like a little popcorn kernel, it feels like, God, explain it. It doesn't even feel like there's anything in my throat. It just feels like I'm swallowing. Like there is something in my throat. Like I don't, like it doesn't, like it's not like there's like a, it's like I don't feel like there's like a acorn in there or something like that. But I can feel my throat reacting like it feels like there's something in there. Does that make sense? It's weird. Because like right now it feels like I'm coughing. But no, I'm not. But like my throat feels like it's like on the edge of coughing. Like it's like that right before you start coughing, but it won't actually do it. Like I'm not actually coughing. So like I'm wondering, like part of it's probably the medicine is slowing it down. And normally I would be coughing. from whatever. But like, oh man, it's weird, bro. It's weird. It's a weird one. I don't even know. All right, shoe. Yeah, we can go with the Naples yellow on that cord. And this bit underneath is more like a linen, so we could probably do a little bit of a white on top of that. And maybe we may do a white and then do a dry, and then do just a little bit of a wash just so I can kind of sink it in. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's because like, yeah, I mean, I still get it to where I feel like I have something in my throat, and like because I can feel the allergy thing in there, I can feel the snot or whatever that's in there. But then like, it's clear, or it should be cleared out, but it doesn't feel like it's cleared out, and it's weird. It's really strange. I don't know. It sucks because I miss my life. I'm trying to adjust to this one. And that's why I appreciate all of you guys and gals. And then theys and, you know, whatever it is you want to be called. They don't make it in their minds to me. I don't, you know, whatever. Man, I appreciate all the folks that chime in and watch these shows. A lovely comment from Natalie, I believe it was. I'd have to look it up. I think that was the name. I may be mispronouncing it though. It may be a Natalia or something. Let's look at it again. Anyway, a really lovely comment yesterday about how these videos are relaxing for her, or they them. Anyway, that's not there. I get caught up in all those semantics. It was a feminine name, so I hate assuming, but I'm gonna assume. Anyway, it's very nice. It was a really nice comment, and so shout out to you. I really do appreciate that stuff. I read all the comments. I don't always reply. Sometimes there's some comments from when I get sick sometimes, and I don't always reply to them because I forget about them, or I see them when I'm ill, and then I don't comment back. I just give it a thumbs up. But anyway, I do read all of them, and I really appreciate it. Just like I try to read all the ones in the chat too. Sometimes y'all get going pretty quick. It gets going too fast. I can't keep up with it all, but not keep up in pain anyway. But yeah, I definitely appreciate all the viewers. And all the lovely comments and everything. It's good stuff. It's really kind of enjoy doing this. There's now been several suggestions that I need to start another channel though. I don't know how I feel about it. Mainly some friends and family have kind of been like, you should totally do this. But it would be a show where I watch other people cooking on YouTube and comment on them what they're cooking. and it seems cruel. But it also seems like it would probably be pretty hilarious because I know I'm pretty funny when it comes to that stuff because I'm super picky. And that's the thing is, I'm like very, very picky. I can eat anything, but like if you want me to tell you what I think about it, you're asking for, then like it gets a little bit hairy. And the thing the reason I wouldn't want to start a channel like that is because like nobody really asked me to do that except for people who wanted to watch me say something about somebody else and their stuff. I don't know. It was easier when I was a culinary school instructor, and so like I did that as a job, where I told people like how they did on their cooking, and so it feels like it just feels unfair because like they didn't ask for me to come in there and tell them it was terrible or great. I mean, I'm just assuming. I know the stuff that people would want me to watch, and it would be the stuff that's not good. They're not gonna have me watching like the British baking show or something like that. They'll have me watching something crazy. And I have to admit, God, it would be funny, but I don't know. I don't know if I can be that kind of person. It takes a certain kind of person to be able to give that kind of unsolicited opinion. All right. Getting a little somewhere. Probably need a large brush for this. I'm just gonna try out this Army Painter Regiment brush. Not too bad. It's still holding a pretty good tip. And not bad. Not an awful brush. It's no Kolinsky. You can tell that. But it does feel like it's sable. So that's good. Man, I mean, it would be hilarious. Don't get it wrong. I understand why it would be hilarious. And I know people would probably really like it. The kind of people that like that sort of video would probably, I could probably be really entertaining. But man, I just don't know. It feels like the more I think about it, because at first I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, man, that just seems like they're not paying me. Like you guys, when you were in school, you all were paying me to tell you this is crap. Don't do this again. You know what I mean? But like, there's some of these cooking channels that are like, they don't want me to make a video about what they're doing. They don't want that. Oh yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be like, you should have done this, you should have done that. But I don't know. It does sound like a good idea. Like, oh wow, that probably would work. Because people ate it up, and when we were in school, man, they ate that crap up. Everybody wanted to know what I had to say about something. Always like that. For some classes, it became like a game. Like, who's going to take this over to Chef Pat to see what he's going to say about it? really need to get to work on finishing up this giant on free videos, but I've been holidays and soccer and oof, there's so much going on. I think I might need to take a break from soccer over this season, or there's a second winter season at the indoor soccer place. I might need to take a break. I don't know. It's a lot. I try to stay super busy so that I don't have to think too much about having lost everything that I used to be. It's kind of more like the calming on the food thing. It, might be good because I'll be back to doing what I'm good at, which is evaluating food and talking about food and talking about cooking and stuff. Nobody's ever gonna see this down here, but I have this thing. She's so brown. Yeah. Well, man, I'll tell you what. So, like, most of the teachers that are mean, they're serious. I mean, I didn't get along with all my teachers because I didn't get along with them personally. I didn't think that what they were teaching was important. Sometimes I just thought they were, not nice, and like the way they spoke to me was inappropriate. And I'm definitely okay saying that. I'll be like, man, you shouldn't talk to me like that. That's not perfect. Don't talk to me like that. And usually that's all you have to say. But like, people said I was mean because I was honest. And that's where it came from. They're like, oh, Chef Pat's so mean. It's like, I'm not mean, I'm honest. And I also like, if you take your job seriously as an instructor, you have a classroom full of people. So like I have a very short amount of time to deliver information to each individual student, so I have to be super concise, which sometimes can come across as super mean. I also I didn't have a lot of time for people who were in the hallways trying to stop me to ask me questions about something. Like I definitely don't have time for that. Like, that was real. Those times that maybe I was a little mean then. Yeah. But again, usually what I said was, "Where is your instructor?" And they would say, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you should probably go ask them because I don't actually know. I don't know what they want or need precisely. So go ask them." It sucked. There are parts I definitely don't miss. From teaching culinary school and having to police other people's students as well. It was why it was better for Rod to do the early stuff. He was so much gentler and nicer about it, and just he was not necessarily nicer because Chef Rob could say some pretty crazy stuff, but like he was slow, like more patient with it, slower with it. The stuff he was doing, he liked doing, and so like he didn't mind. He liked teaching it, and like me teaching soup stocks and sauces, it's like get a book, make the sauce, and I will tell you why you did it wrong, and then you can make it again, and we're gonna keep doing that again until it's done. I'm gonna make it this one time. You're probably not gonna get it, and we're just gonna keep going because it's sauce. And if you can't figure this out, we got problems. Yes, that's about right. Honest feedback. It's definitely. I'm always gonna be, because like again, if you're a culinary school student, you're paying for that. Honestly, if you think about it, if you really think about it, as a culinary school student, you're paying for these chefs to tell you their honest opinion of your skills. That's what you paid for. And so that you could hone those skills and get better and maybe go and be a top chef somewhere. That's the idea, right? So like I felt like if I wasn't 100% truthful, then I wasn't really giving people what they were paying for, because in the end, that's what it is. You're paying for service. So am I giving you the service that you asked for or not? Because sometimes, when you're learning things, you need to be told you're wrong, and that's what you paid me to do. And the people who could understand that, they really excelled. A lot of them are top chefs now, heck, out there in the world doing the dang thing. And some people didn't get it, and they're probably not in the industry anymore. Because it's a lot. Like, because I wasn't even that mean compared to chefs out in the world. People just thought I was mean. Usually people think I'm mean, like you said, because I'm passionate. I can be very loud. Well, I used to be. I don't get very loud anymore. Because I pay for it for like a day, hours afterwards. If I get too loud and yell too much, I'll get. That's another thing where it's like I love coaching these kids, but golly, it's kicking my butt on my throat. Starting to slowly get some shape and color here. Okay. Now for this brocade. Holy moly. So here's some interesting stuff that's going on in the real world. Someone's shot and killed the CEO of United Healthcare. Like in the middle of New York City, like just blew this guy away. It's strange. I'm gonna be interested to see what happened there, and like why it happened. Okay, it looks like it's kind of like a white or a gray there. Let's do maybe some Payne's gray. We'll do some white, a little bit of Payne's gray. Yeah, it was crazy. I just heard about it before I came on. Apparently he was going to some sort of conference at a Hilton, I think is what they said. One of the hotels in downtown New York. He was supposed to be going to some conference that I think was put on by United Healthcare. And somebody in a mask came out and shot this man. It's crazy. Make no sense to me, man. I don't know. It'll be all over the news tonight. Promise you that. Maybe not even tonight. Maybe later today. That mostly white. You just want that slight tinge of blue is what we're looking for. Slight tinge of blue gray. But mostly white. This is still a little wet, so we'll come over here real quick. That's what the stuff on this side. Be careful, put too much down there. You'll lose all detail. Keep breathing. This is similar to like edge highlighting. Such an interesting pattern. There's no real rhyme or reason to it at all. I love that. I love that comment, man. Going to watch Craven the Hunter at Flick's Brewhouse for your birthday. That's amazing. You were going to do Polar Express, but your dad didn't want to watch it. It's your birthday, though, man. If you don't watch Polar Express, you should go watch Polar Express. It's your birthday. It ain't his birthday. Unless y'all don't share a birthday or anything, do you? Or like a birth month. If it's like, you know, that. Polar Express isn't that bad. Plus, they have, you know, it's looks great in big screen. And it says the season. You'll definitely have to give us a review. Let us know if it was any good. Yeah, Craven, you know, if you've read any of the comics, he was also on, didn't they do him in one of the Spider-Man cartoon shows he was in for a little bit? Yeah, Harry Potter would be fun. Christmas Harry Potter is always fun. Something about Harry Potter just makes people think Christmas, I guess. It does to me anyway. I think they have one where it is Christmas, where they're like, they got the Christmas tree up and everything. I remember that. A little bit of an overstrike there. Not the easiest task in the world. There we go. Slowly kind of keep working those little edges. Don't forget to breathe. texted me. At least it's not calling today. Okay. Part 1. Sorry. Probably going to come over all this again. Because remember, your white really likes to... It will really mellow out on you as it dries. So we'll probably have to come back and take a look and do it again. But the second time is so much easier. Ugh. Too wet. Too wet. If it's not staying on the tops, it keeps kind of floating down into the cracks. Your paint is too wet. We want it to sit on the very top. Very similar to what we did with her belt, which that's also probably going to need another round, maybe 2. Three series associated with Christmas: Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. That's an interesting one. Why the Star Wars? I got one that's weird too. I'm going to tell you why in a second. I got to clean this up though before it sits up too much. Oh shit. I looked over and got distracted. I don't think I put too much paint down. It's just because there's a lot of them, or was it Hoth? Is Hoth the reason why? The Snow Planet. For those of you who are not super up on your Star Wars. Yeah, just for the binging of it, yeah, for sure. So my yeah, I definitely associate mostly just Christmas movies and stuff because I was from the era where there were a ton of Christmas movies. There were good ones, not the junk that they put on Lifetime and stuff nowadays. So like I always think of Christmas Carol with George C. Scott as Scrooge because it's such a classic. And then, but like the like traditional Christmas movies, this is a weird one. Is James Bond. Like when I was younger, and heck, I think they still do it to this day. During Christmas, they had like a Bond marathon on one of the cable TV networks, and I used to stay up because I was always the person that had to I put together a lot of toys and stuff like for my sister, we had built a dollhouse one year. Like I figured out there was no Santa pretty early, so like, not a big deal. But I was usually up late, and then a lot of other people would go to sleep, and I would watch James Bond. If I could get access to a television. But somebody always had a James Bond marathon going on during Christmas time. That and Lethal Weapon. The first Lethal Weapon movie, not all of them, just mainly the first one. I like watching the first Lethal Weapon during Christmas time. Just to see Gary Busey and Mel Gibson fucking duke it out in the front yard with all the Christmas lights, and to see that car get driven through that Christmas tree. That's good stuff. Little brocade work here. Okay, you almost want to make these edges something just to pull them out. Nope. Getting close to the time to come on. Get off the streaming for the day. He says as he continues to paint. Kind of get a little bit of this stuff finished out before we give up for the day. Just So I don't forget about it tomorrow. Maybe I thought I'd done it and then I just kept going. I noticed that it wasn't done later on down the road and I'm irritated. Okay. Getting there. Starting to look like something now, right? I think we'll probably do one more coat of that. I'll do one more coat of that brown. I don't want to do too much more because we don't want to lose the texture. Which is weird because like the texture's on one part of it, but not on another. So I can't tell if that texture is from like my printer or if they were trying to texture the dress itself. I don't know. So we'll put another layer. I'll probably smooth this out. Might go a little bit of a, and then a little bit of a dry brush on the edges to bring all the edges up. But it's looking pretty good. And like I said, I gotta get some other pieces over there. Gotta finish cleaning up and get them ready to put on here. And then we're off to the races, I suppose. So anyway, thanks for stopping in. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody with my weird not getting things done right today. But I might not. I might have missed people. And if I did, I apologize. I'll try to do better tomorrow. And the next day. Yeah. Move it like that. Move it like that. That's interesting. Yeah. So McBeardsly says that this, you never really noticed how plain she is playing the game. Because she doesn't pop up very often. And from what it looks like, a lot of the times, the view in the game, because this picture we're basing it off of isn't from the game. Like this is her from the game. That's her from the game. These are all pictures of her from the game. But a lot of these are all, this is all other artwork. I think that's from the game. And this, she's got a different color of everything. And this, that cloak that's on her is a little bit more like a white, and she's got a little more like a gray. need to find some cutscenes. I need to see it. I need to see it moving. That's what we need to do next. I need to see it moving. Here, I'm gonna get this. Get this camera back over here. Let me take a look at it. So, like, this is a shot from the game. This is not. So, because a lot of this is mostly fan art. Here's a cosplay. That's fun. Some of this is of no help. See, and then they get weird things mixed up. Like, that's her and the other chick at the same time. That's not. It gets weird. See, that one that's got a little bit more yellow to her cloak. It's like sometimes her cloak is yellow, sometimes it's gray. See, that's more like a gray. This is like a DeviantArt piece. See, and this has got her more in like the browns, with this being a gray. So we'll gray out that. And then it looks like she's got two parts to that cloak. Depending on how that prints out, we may have two parts to the, because she's kind of got like a shawl, I guess, or wrap or something, and then she has a heavy cloak. So wild. But the model itself has a big cloak, so I'm thinking we can do some sort of thing on the back of it. Another Erd tree thing, or I don't know. I don't know enough about the character to tell you what we should do, so we'll work on that as we get there. We still got a long ways to go before we get over to that. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming by and listening to me run my mouth and paint stuff. You guys are awesome. And looking at my wild hair because that was good. We got it going good today. I'm gonna go take a shower after this. Wash this nappy hair. Blah, 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 blah. yeah. We definitely need to find something that's got her clothes. I'll keep looking at it too. Anyway, it goes. We're still in a good shape. Because we've only done like the base coating to get the shadows in, so we gotta get the undercoats in. So anywhere we go from here will be fine. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow for a little while. And then, yeah, Friday we'll be done with the week. Pretty crazy. Christmas is going to be here before we know it. Or Hanukkah or whatever holiday. Whatever your winter festival is. There's tons of them around the world. It's like every culture decided that you should party more during the fall and winter because, what else are you going to do? Anyway, be good to each other and stay safe out there. And we're going to talk to you tomorrow.